Today's video is about stories and why they are important. And it's something you see all over the internet now. Is about people say the relevance and the importance of story. I just thought I would give my take on why I think it's important. As humans, we are hardwired to enjoy and appreciate stories. And that comes back from the original tradition of indigenous tribes, as indigenous tribes sitting around the campfire, telling and sharing stories of history and of people. So that's where it comes from. And you think about, as children, we enjoy stories. Our parents tell us stories. We tell our children stories, and our children's eyes light up at the possibility of hearing a story. And as adults, we follow stories. So we follow characters in films. We follow stories in the soap operas and things. And so it is really, really part of our makeup to enjoy the tale, the narrative. So how does that work in business? Well, if you go back into the 50s and 60s, before the internet, when there was the telephone, the letter, or face-to-face meetings, you were in a community, and that community had things that you did. You went to church, probably. You attended business associations like the Rotary. And in those organisations, you knew who the plumber was. You knew the plumber, you knew Jim, his son. You knew when the dad retired, you knew Jim took over the business. When you needed a plumber, Jim was the only person you were going to call. You knew the funny stories about Jim. And it was those funny stories that connected you to him. So you can see how story was a fundamental part of the business narrative. So what's changed? Well, the change at the moment, or the change that happened over the last 20 years, has been the internet. And that widened the scope of communication. And the digital world has gone completely mad in terms of how we now communicate. But the big loss in that has been the loss of community and the loss of real, genuine communication. So advertising went benefits, 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 and everyone shouts about the benefits of their business, but they don't actually talk about who their business is and why they do it. And that is where story comes in. So if you can communicate your story, the story of your business, the origin of your business, why you do what you do, people then have a different reason to be associated with you. They like you as a person. They like what you stand for. And that builds bridges and breaks down boundaries and is part of the process of building trust. Because we like to do business with people that we feel connected with in some way. And above all, we like to know, like, and trust them. And that's part of the process. So that's why story is so important today. It has always been important. It's never been any different. It's just that the digital world kind of moved us away from that. It was all about quick, fast solutions. And it still is about quick, fast solutions. But life is changing. And as it gets so busy with various things, as the internet makes it more and more intense, it's those that communicate the story well are the ones that will succeed. So if you've got a story for your business, do you put it out there? Are you presenting that story? If you want help to find your story or find ways of presenting it, I've got lots of tools that can help you with that, and I'll be delighted to go on that journey with you. Anyway, that is today's video, and there's been a story behind this video today because the phone kept going, so I couldn't actually make it. There we go. I will catch you soon. All the best.